A long time ago, in a small village in Japan, there was a sweet elderly couple. They were very kind and very grateful for the many good things they had in life. A peaceful village, a comfortable home, enough food to eat, and gentle, loving people around them. The one thing that left them with a pang of regret was that they longed to have a child, but had never been blessed with one. One day, as they ate a light breakfast of rice and misoshiru, the old lady said to her husband, "We are getting on in years, dear. I feel sad that we were never able to have children, but maybe that is how it is meant to be." The old man said, "Yes, dear, it is sad, but we have many things to be grateful for. Come, let's clean up and go to the river. I'll catch some fish for dinner and you can wash the clothes." So they carefully gathered the clothing and fishing line and walked down the tree-lined path to the river. Along the way, they greeted their neighbors and stopped to pay their respects to a small shrine at the edge of the village. When they got to the river, the old lady began washing the clothes, and the old man prepared his fishing line. The water rushed by, so clear and pristine that they could see the rocks tumbling at the bottom, even where the water was deep. The water was cold as it flowed from the mountains, but the air was warm, and they sat on the warm rocks as they worked. They worked and talked a bit, and soon fell into a comfortable silence, and allowed the sounds of the birds, wind, and rushing water to take over the conversation. Suddenly, the old lady called out to her husband, "What's that floating down the stream?" He walked over, curious, and waded into the water to get a better look. To their amazement, a large peach was floating down the river. Not only that, as they stood there, the peach floated right up to them. They gently picked the peach up out of the water. It glistened pink, red, and cream-colored in the afternoon sun. "What a beautiful peach!" they exclaimed. "Let's take it home and eat it." They packed up their belongings along with the giant peach and made their way home. When they got home, they set the peach down, and the husband brought out their finest, sharpest knife. Just as he was about to cut it, the peach broke open, and inside was a little boy. The man and woman were stunned, thrilled, and a little confused to find a healthy young boy inside the peach. The young boy stepped out of the peach and bowed to the couple, saying, "I would be honored if you would accept me as your son." The couple was overjoyed and named him Momotaro, which means peach boy. They raised him with much love, and he grew to be kind, strong, and courageous. One day when Momotaro was about 15, he was in the village and heard about an island where ogres were terrorizing the people who lived nearby. The farmers and fisherfolk of the area were helpless and had appealed to the people in other areas to help them. Momotaro decided he would do his best to fight the ogres. His mother and father helped him prepare for his journey, and his mother packed him fresh, delicious musubi. The mother and father watched him with a mixture of pride and sadness as he embarked on his journey, watching him all the way down the path away from their house, returning inside only when he had completely disappeared from sight. Along the way, Momotaro walked through forests, along stream beds, and across open fields. Suddenly, he heard, "Ruff, ruff." It was a clever dog who smelled the musubi and was asking for one. Momotaro was always happy to share and gave the dog one musubi. The dog liked Momotaro and decided to follow along and trotted next to him. As they walked along, they heard a monkey. The monkey jumped in front of them and studied them curiously. "May I have a musubi?" Momotaro happily took out a musubi and gave it to the monkey. The monkey smiled at him appreciatively and followed Momotaro, sometimes swinging in the trees, sometimes sitting on the dog's back, sometimes running alongside them. As they walked further, they met a pheasant. The pheasant saw them and asked where they were going. They told her that they were going to challenge the ogres that were disturbing the people on the island. The pheasant saw the bag of musubi and said, "My, those look delicious." Momotaro offered her a musubi, and because she liked their company so much and also wanted to help the people living on the island, she decided to join the small band that was heading to the island. When they got to the island, the bird flew quickly to the walls of the ogre's castle and unlocked it. She pecked at the eyes of the ogres, while the monkey created havoc jumping onto the backs of them. The dog barked loudly and nipped at the heels of the huge monsters. Momotaro quickly sought the leader of the ogres and told him that they must stop terrorizing the people of the surrounding villages. The demon leader was surprised by the strength of this united front of Momotaro and his animal friends, and agreed to stop terrorizing the nearby villages. Momotaro, the dog, the monkey, and the bird returned to the village where they were greeted as heroes. The people of the village had a new appreciation for the loyalty of the animals and promised to be respectful to their animal friends. The ogres kept their promise and lived harmoniously with humans. So the ogres, people, animals, and plants lived peacefully ever after with one another.